I don't want you to stick to this. We are going away from your episode itself.
Okay.
Isn't it one of the things that keeps happening to us all the time? We paint a picture of how uh, good or how bad a scenario will turn out to be, and life being life does what it has to. Uh, I think more often than not, um, I put up. Sorry, I want to give a context that just happened yesterday again. I wrote
Okay.
a long piece on Facebook where where one of the uh, things that I mentioned was we tend to normalize these things. So, for example, you are going for a movie and you do not get a cab on time. You create a big ruckus about it and all this stuff, and sometimes you reach the movie hall and you realize the movie hasn't started, or for whatever reason they are still playing the ads or whatever they are doing,
Right.
and you've been fuming those 15-20 minutes till you reach the cinema, and you actually speaking, you the entire exercise, if one were to distance oneself, you want to go to the movies so that you're happy. You get
Right.
ready, you are looking forward to having popcorn or whatever, soda, whatever that makes you happy, or just watch
Right.
the movie or be with your friends or your family or whosoever.
Hmm.
And you have actually spoiled your mood by just creating a big scenario in your head. The movie would have started, or they would be thinking this or that. And maybe you also burst out at the. I have done this. Sometimes I burst out at the cab driver 6:30 in the morning because we
Okay.
were getting late to reach somewhere.
Yeah.
And he said, "But I didn't behave like this with you. Why are you behaving like this?"
Hmm.
And that kind of made me sit back and wonder, how can I be so lousy with somebody who I just met first thing in the morning? I have just spoiled his day without
Right.
even realizing. So my
Yeah.
question to you is, we tend to normalize. Uh, that's okay. It just happened once. I'm not normally like this, and but actually, how do you know the other person, or uh, the event itself has actually went and lodged itself inside our minds? Because how do we actually create memory of Divya is like this or Bunty is like this? We say, yeah, every time we call him for a movie, he's always late.
Ah.
So,
Right.
but there is no always. There is only this moment. Like you and I are talking, the video call is on and we are recording and things are working. But
Hmm.
in this very second, everything that can go wrong can go wrong. It's
True.
not really in your or my hands.
Right.
But we forget. We are trying to either go by our past record that every time we've recorded, it has always worked out fine, or else, in the future, I'll do these things, which are fear led decisions, that
Right.
I will increase my net speed or maybe sit in a different place or get you to check your thing or record at your end. But all of these emanate from the fear that I have.
Okay.
Now, why do I want to bring this example up is because these are all stories in our heads. The
Okay.
reality has got nothing to do with this. It is what it is.
Right.
So my question to you is, when you say that we create stories, a picture in our head, is this can this be one of the primary reasons that we feel cheated or we feel down or we feel disappointed because we have a certain expectation?
Right. Of how a situation will turn out. You
With,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I think it depends from person to person, don't you think? Because for me, uh, I think somewhere there is this thing where I would set a benchmark for myself for everything I do, and I have to hit that. If I don't, then there is a certain disappointment that will happen. Be it anything, if it's about painting and I'm painting and I'm seeing that it's not turning out the way I hope, it'll really start bothering me. And be it cooking, be it cleaning, be it anything. Actually, it's not just about painting. It's just anything in general. I feel that we ourselves set that benchmark. Okay, this is something this is how it should turn out. And if it doesn't, then it's very disappointing somehow. So for me, that happens. And I think it's very individual because many people are very, I mean, they're okay. They're okay if things turn out the way they do. They're like, "Haan, theek hai, it's okay. Next time it'll be okay." For me, it's not like that. I'm like kind of, probably I'm overcritical of myself. That that's the reason why even yesterday we had that fight, because I'm like, okay, if this has to turn out this way, it should be like that. So I go hard on myself and others also at times with my expectations.
Okay. Remind me, I will never cook for you. Or at least I'll hide all my knives and forks and make you eat with fingers. There's always safety to be taken care of first. Um, okay, no, I want you to stick to that.
Okay.
Okay, for example,
Yeah.
let's get the other person out of the picture for a while, because
Okay.
that effectively is another point of view, and we have something to
Huh.
fall back upon.
Right.
It is only you. You are painting. You
Yeah.
have a certain thought in your mind as a creative person. Uh,
Yeah.
you've been doing a series on dancing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yes.
Um, so now you've started doing something, and
Mhm.
you have a certain idea of how you want to go about it. Uh,
Right.
some artists uh, try to see something and try to capture that. Some artists look at their own theories in their mind, or some artists try to collaborate the two things and then come up with a third thing altogether. Various people have various methodology. I'm not even getting into what works for you. I'm
Right.
saying you decided this is the talent that I have. These are the materials that I want. This is the paper or stationery that I want to try this on. Whatever, all of them are perfect the way you
Right.
want it.
Right.
You also have the clear idea of what you want,
Right.
but it is not turning out the way you want.
Right.
Now, who do you blame and what do you do?
I would blame myself, obviously. Clearly, I'm blaming myself, and I'm obviously unhappy there at that moment. And I'm like, okay, I was trying to create this. I had this fantastic idea in my mind, but the execution looked completely different. So, as an alternative approach, what I generally do, if it's to do with painting, then I would just try to make something else out of it completely and change it because I'm unhappy. So it's happened with me, the dance series, like you mentioned. I was creating a version of hip hop dancing, and the thing is, I think I screwed up somewhere in terms of the stroke, the hand, and it looked very weird. And I was like, oh my god, this looks so not right. So I was like, okay, now what do I do? And it's kind of, it agitates me inside, but I'm like, okay, let's think of a solution, what to do next. So I just completely changed it and made something else out of it. I made it a modern art. I just completely redid it and changed the whole
Okay.
you know
So,
artwork. So
so,
that's one approach I take.
so we hold on to that approach, and suppose we were
Okay.
to use that in real life as well.
Okay.
Uh, there are people who count 1 to 10 when they get angry. The people
Right.
who have a glass of water.
Yeah.
But then there are people who walk on the waterfront and still do not manage to find their solution or their peace point. So
Right.
my question to you is not going away from the problem, because what you do with it again, if I were to analyze what is the value there, since we
Yeah.
are looking at it from the prism of values, um, the ability to not get bound by what you think is a strong point of view, you allow
Yeah.
yourself the humility to accept there can be another point of view of looking at the same thing.
Right.
So you're
Okay.
really, in fact, that is exactly where I wanted to go with this answer. Luckily, we are going to go there.
Okay.
One of the thoughts that was running in my head was when we are angry, it seems like angry or lustful or emotional or whatever
Yeah.
attribute of the mind it takes, it seems like the whole mind is full of that. The
Right.
entire, but you're really getting, you can be vengeful in fact, there are levels of anger for that matter. In a discourse, that guy said, at the first level, you're just miffed. The second level, you start swearing. The third level, you start raising your hand. Fourth level, if you find an arm or a tool or an object, you start hitting. The fifth level can even be up to nations fighting each other
Right.
if you have the power and you can reach that level. So this is exactly what tends to happen to us. The whole mind seems colored, but the moment you allow yourself that space um, of time
Yeah.
or the ability to relook at it and saying, okay, let me see what actually transpired. And when you
Okay.
relook at it, you sometimes realize you are wrong. Sometimes you realize, uh, oh, the trigger point was something else, and I landed up firing the person or creating a scene out for something else. Then somewhere else, like the example I gave, where there's nothing or nobody to blame. So
Right.
we still want to blame, so we'll blame ourselves.
Right.
But you are the same person who creates all those beautiful artworks.
Yeah.
You're the same person whose hand did not move in the right direction. So how do you know why or what was happening? I'm not trying
Right.
to bring in a sense of ethereal source somewhere or God or divine powers. Those things people can believe what they want. But
Yeah.
my point is, there is a line called "Truth is God." Is mostly misunderstood by many of us because we think it is some deep thing that we are unable to understand. It's a philosophy or it belongs to saints. But actually, the only truth that we can initially trust for sure is the physically verifiable fact in front of us.
Right.
So your hand has moved. Now that is a final thing. You can't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
And you have to now decide how to accept it. Whatever you decided to accept it by changing the frame of uh, visuals that you had in your mind.
Right.
Somebody else might just keep it aside and start drawing something else or try something else. Somebody else might, but at all points, the one thing that cannot be negotiated is that thing that you've drawn can't be used in the manner you had intended.
Okay.
Now, going back to something non creative, because creative also gives us the ego of thinking that we create. So I
Hmm.
want to demarcate these two things. Sometimes you've just gone out. So let's go back to the cinema example. You've gone out, the cinema,
Right.
the cab has come on time,
Hmm.
he's ready to leave, and you realize that there is a flat he has. Now the car can't move. You have to call for another cab. You have to cancel this one. That guy,
Right.
but I actually am looking forward to. Suppose he lands up saying something which makes you feel, no, should go by this cab only because this guy needs the money or whatever. It's like,
Right.
uh, there's nothing you can actually do, and there's
Yeah.
no blame. Like you can't scream at the tire, for example.
Yeah. It's nobody's fault.
Yeah, it's nobody's fault. But this keeps happening to us so many times, and we are actually cool about it. We may get
Yeah.
frustrated, but we are cool. We adjust. We accept. Now that is truth is God. As far as I am concerned, in my limited understanding, this is the truth right now, and you have no choice about the matter, anyways.
True.
Either accept
Yeah.
or you don't. You can come
Yeah.
up with multiple solutions. Those
Yeah.
multiple solutions on a bad day sometimes don't work. We all know.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's true.
because the flat tire came to me because 3 days back I was with a friend. Funnily enough, he has a car and I had my bike, which was on a lower parking level.
Hmm.
For some reason, just a whim, I decided let me continue the conversation. I walked with him till the car instead
Okay.
of taking the lift to the ground floor.
Right.
And the moment he sat in his car, he said there is a flat or something, and we realized it was a bad. And we were there for 3.5 hours
Okay.
because we were inside a business complex. They had their rules.
Yeah.
Can't get the
Yeah.
punch. So we had to make a gate pass and all kinds of things.
Right.
And we were both laughing, talking, trying to do things and all kinds of things. And
Yeah.
thankfully, I had my bike, so I could go get the guy. He didn't have the right instruments. Then I came back, and funnily
Yeah.
enough, we were both fasting that day. So it
Okay.
was that day of days to get worked up, but we were laughing and
Yeah.
we actually had a good time. We both
Yeah.
had a headache by the time this got over.
Okay.
Lime juice, and we had such a good chat that our headaches were gone and we were very happy.
Okay.
One of the things that we were discussing was like things are as bad as they are, but at least we will not add to them.
Yeah.
You have to accept and just be thankful. Right in the middle of it, I said,
True.
"What luck! I could have just gone to the ground floor. I would have been out of the complex, and by the time your call would have come, sometimes I had no battery, so I had
Yeah.
my phone on silent. So had he called, I would not have known.
Yeah. True.
So it's just these. Um, why I want to bring this up is because earlier you said that time can resolve a lot of issues. Time does,
Yeah.
and there are certain things. But sometimes when you start training your mind to try and not add to the problem itself,
Yes.
at that
And
point,
think of a solution
yeah,
instead.
so the mind is free. At least this is my present. Last 1 week, somehow I have been thinking of this. That when the mind is free, it has
Yeah.
space to, like the computer, to do other permutations, combinations to come up with a solution.
Right.
Fill it up with the problem itself. That, oh, I'm unhappy, I'm unhappy, I'm unhappy, I'm unhappy. Yes, you are unhappy. But
Yeah.
let go of this whole
Yeah.
cycle.
Release it.
Ease.
Yes.
So this was one thing.
Okay.
The other thing that I wanted to ask you, there are things that are genuinely beyond our control which give us deep sorrow. Uh,
Right.
Sometimes like the loss of a loved one,
Right.
things that are irrevocably unchangeable.
Right.
So sometimes you've said something, sometimes you've not said what you wanted to say. Um, how do you think one can make one's peace with that? Have you had a situation where you felt that you wanted to communicate, or I'm not even advising people go into seances and stuff like that. But
Um.